Are you ready for some football?
Foosball.
It's a Friday
Foosball.
No, football,
No,
baby.
I'm in. I'm all in.
It's NFL, man.
Foosball. Who's winning the match?
Wow.
Yes?
No.
Beat the opponent soundly. Foosball. People.
Oh my God, this is where your nerd comes in, isn't it?
What?
I can't. It's NFL.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, take this off, man.
Really? Well, I thought we were wearing it because it's got your name on it. I'm trying to support you.
It does have my name on it.
does.
Yeah. Hey, I got a little promo on that.
I can't be a poser. I gotta take this
I had this really cool like football thing like we're gonna do, and
That's more like
give
it,
me
right?
this thing, man. All right, let's get into it.
Sorry,
It's
I
the
let you down
GoNoGo
as a man.
show. I'm your host Nizam with my partner in crime here, non-football fan Adam.
As you can
You
tell.
know, we got
Look
some
at that. See, it's got Batman. What's more patriotic than Batman with the American flag? Right?
football.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, football. Foosball's the devil. If you learn anything from Bobby Boucher's mama.
What we
Foosball's the devil.
got today, man?
Today we have a packed show for you today. Actually, we're gonna get right into it because we got a lot of movies to review. Actually, so many movies that we can't even play the trailer for one of them because I wouldn't actually recommend playing the trailer for one of them.
Oh.
We're starting off with A Walk in the Woods. It's Nick Nolte and Robert Redford's new movie. A couple of old men walking in the woods. There you go. There's the poster. We're not gonna play the trailer because you pretty much get what you see is what you get right there. It's part wild. It's part grumpy old men, and it's part bucket list. It's one of those movies where it's charming. These guys are great. Robert Redford is charming as ever. Nick Nolte is hilarious. All the butts of the joke are mainly on him because he's so out of shape and crazy and weird looking. But there's really not many miles to this walk. I gotta admit, if you want to watch it, you can watch it on TV or on Netflix or something like that. And even then, you'll probably be like, oh, I mean, that was just a waste of a couple of hours. It really isn't much to it. There's no bite to the movie. So the guys are great. They're old. It was but it's not worth playing the trailer for. So we're gonna jump right in. We have 4 movies to review for you today. Okay, since we're young, busy entrepreneurs, we have to to split them up. So he saw one, I saw one, then we both saw 2 of them together, which we will do together. But right now, right off the top, we're gonna review the ones that we saw separately. So we're gonna start off with Nee's review of Learning to Drive.
All right, let's do it.
And joining me for today's topic, book critic Wendy Shields.
Always a pleasure. I heard about you and Ted.
Heard what exactly?
Every 7 years, the itch comes over him. He gets restless, does something juvenile.
I'm not going home with you, Wendy.
Oh, instead of buying a motorcycle, Daddy decided to give adultery a spin. Who is it?
Darwan Singh Tour for your driving lesson, please.
What happened?
We're moving.
That's good.
It's about time you started driving.
I used to have a husband who drove. Oh, Ted, where do they find these skanks?
They just like them young. You can mold them however they like, teach them tricks.
Teach yourself to see everything. The driver's biggest problem is everyone else. You can't always trust people to behave properly.
Ain't that the truth?
Wendy, what does a woman like for a gift?
I don't know. Candy? Flowers?
Yasir,
Dadavan?
she's from a village near where I grew up. My sister picked her out for me.
Now that you're married, maybe a double date in Chinatown?
Cheeky. Tell me where you want to drive.
To go somewhere else. I'd like something to take my mind off my mind.
That's why I do yoga, meditate.
I do Ambien.
When a man marries a woman, they become one spirit.
I don't know what I believed about marriage, except that it would always be there. Why do you teach driving?
For a better job, I would have to take off my turban, shave off my beard. But this is how I know who I am.
Why did I ever think I could drive? I ignore everything and everybody around me.
I never learned to cook because I thought my mother would always be there to cook for me. Then there was half a world between us, so I make my own food.
Your point?
No point.
I'm learning to drive, you know?
Oh, that's a scary thought.
Shut up!
I think it's time to discuss road rage.
It doesn't matter what is going on in your life out there. When you are at the wheel of a car, this is all there is. Your life, right now.
All right, you pretty much see everything in the trailer. They throw a lot at you. Patricia Clarkson was great. I always love Patrick Stewart. He always does.
Patrick Stewart. Professor Patrick Stewart. You sure? You sure about that?
Patrick Stewart, the
Arab. You talking about this dude right here?
Yeah. I love him. Whenever he's on.
Do you know what they also call Patrick Stewart on his off days?
What's that?
They call him Ben Kingsley. Weird?
That's
Ben Kingsley. You ever see Schindler's List? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
So it's one of those Bill Paxton type.
Well, yeah. I love them both, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
They're both bald, great actors.
Patrick Stewart or Ben Kingsley, they're great on screen. They're really good. They at the beginning they really throw a lot at you. There's a lot going on. This is a semi-romantic comedy, but it was pretty cool. It was like it was like almost like Karate Kid.
Really
meets like I don't know, any romantic comedy, you name it. But I don't know, like, you know, because he was like teaching her how to drive and like
so he's like a Miyagi,
teaching her lessons about life while driving and stuff.
A bunch filled with metaphors.
Yes. So you know what? I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna give it a go. This is the type of movie that gets away from your super summer blockbusters, and it was fun. And it had a message. And I think the message of today's show is kind of how the other half lives. There's some deeper things that weren't in there, but I think we have a couple views on movies this go around on how the other half lives, and I think it'll kind of give you a perspective on the other half.
Full circle. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. All right. So,
sounds
good.
Let's
jump into
the
next one. We have M. Night Shyamalan is back. Are you guys ready for some goosebumps?
M. Night.
Yeah, tell me about it. Called The Visit. Let's check it out.
Every day it's getting close.
Are you holding my camera properly? Swerve, girl.
Stop, both of you.
Hi, Mom. My parents asked if their grandchildren could visit them for a week.
Here we are. This is where our mom grew up. I wanted to spend time with you for so long.
Miss you guys.
Mom, we're having a great time.
I have not seen your Nana this happy in years. Bedtime here is 9:30. It's probably best you two shouldn't come out of your room after that. See you in the morning.
9:30? 9:30. What is that? It's 10:47. We think there's someone outside the door. What the hell was that? I think Nana's not feeling well.
Grandmother is fine. It's like somebody talking in their sleep.
What's he doing? They're weird during the day.
They're just cleaning it.
And even weirder at night? Mom, there's something wrong with Nana and Papa.
They're just old. Bear with it for a couple of days.
Nana, you okay? They're hiding something.
It's just the end of your trip.
I'm sad it's all over. I'm gonna get you.
Papa!
Let's make it a perfect night.
What is that? Mom, you need to come right now.
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
Stop! Nana, stop!
Really? Yo, Unbreakable, good. Sixth Sense, good.
Oh, fantastic. Listen, all right, this is...
I didn't go see this one.
Which is fine. And to tell you the truth, I'm actually surprised about the review that I'm about to give right now. Welcome back, M. Night Shyamalan. Where have you been? It's been so long. I love how they show from the maker of Unbreakable, Signs, Sixth Sense, Village, but they won't say from the maker of, Lady in the Water. What's the other ones? The Airborne, The Last Airbender, or After Earth. They won't say that because he had a huge fall from grace ever since The Village. The Village is kind of is on the fence right there. A lot of people were very upset with The Village.
I kind of like The Airbender.
Well, anyway, he has fallen off completely, and the people he's like. When you think of M. Night Shyamalan now, you think he's a joke, basically. Like with The Happening. Come on, do you remember the debacle that was? But I love a comeback story. I think everybody loves a comeback story, and I think that this could be M. Night Shyamalan's comeback story because he's going back to basics. He's going back to creeping you the heck out. Sorry, I almost cursed. But like in The Sixth Sense, when you first saw The Sixth Sense, and you're like, oh, like it wasn't terrifying, but it was like it makes your skin crawl. Like that's what I just watching this trailer again. I was getting goosebumps. It was creepy as heck. It had some really cool, things that you don't expect going on in there or whatever. I have to give a huge shout out to the kid in it, the little kid, Ed Oxenbould. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's how he spells it, Oxenbould. Weird. But he's, if you don't remember him, he's from that movie, the horrible incidents of a really bad day type of thing, whatever, that whole big long thing. He's that kid. He's absolutely hysterical in this. And what I heard, what's actually really interesting? I heard that M. Night made 3 versions of this film. He made one that was straight comedy. He made one that was straight terrifying horror, and he said the one that's released in the theaters right now is somewhere right down the middle.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's really creepy.
That's crazy.
It's really like a fun time in the theater because I screamed a couple times. Like, I don't mean scream like ah! I mean scream like ah! I was just like, come on! It really got me going. I saw my cousin, thank goodness, but it was kind of hard. I have to say, it was a little. I was looking around the dark corners of my house last night, just like.
Wow, see that's why I didn't go.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't go. Nope.
M. Night. I just have to say to M. Night, thank you so much for going. It's a glorious return to what you've made yourself famous for. So I hope you stay on track with this kind of stuff. I'm giving this one a go.
Go.
This one definitely. Could you believe it? And M. Night Shyamalan a go? That's crazy. It's
now
like,
I gotta
like
go. Now I gotta go see it now.
Yeah. Bring someone though. Don't go by yourself.
Hold a hand.
Thank God I was with my cousin Danielle. Thank you. Okay, so we're moving right along to the next movies that we saw. We both saw, so you're gonna get both of our views and both of our opinions.
Transporter.
Transporters back. Refueled. Let's check it out.
You think this is the first time someone's held a gun to my head? You're gonna make me late, and I hate being late.
Oh look, Miss Unknown is calling again.
And what would make you think that Unknown is a miss?
I'm just guessing.
Okay, Dad.
Is this the transporter?
Where are the packages? What's this?
You should go.
Out the car, all of you now.
No one's getting out of the car. Now drive.
Seatbelts now.
Perhaps we'll work together again in the future.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
The Mediterranean bank has been robbed before, but never like this.
The driver, he's known as a transporter. We will make him pay.
May I be of some assistance?
Hello, Frank.
Who is this?
You and your friends took something from me, and I've taken something from you. I'll give you 12 hours to find your father before I kill him.
I'm in this because of you, and so's my dad. So we're going to see Carousel.
Do we have a choice?
Not really. He's coming. We're gonna need more men.
What took you so long?
There's a couple of babies I had to put to sleep.
Not bad, not
Couple
bad.
of babies I had to put to sleep.
Yeah.
His voice doesn't go any higher than this the entire movie. No matter how much he fights or how fast he's running, he's always had this level of cool and calm in his voice. And with the really cool action one-liners.
Does that hurt?
That's it.
Does that hurt?
Not really, because I do Batman a lot, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, so Transporter Refueled. Honestly, I thought this was intelligent. I thought it was
really.
I thought it was going to be 100% completely leave your brain at the door.
Okay.
Which in the trailer, yeah, you saw some of that. Get out of my shot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I thought it was gonna be 100% like like Fast and the Furious, like jumping over planes and
I would have actually much rather that.
They did jump in a plane, but no, I think like the spy criminal aspect of this on top of the criminal aspect. I thought it was intelligent.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting how two people could have two totally different
views
on,
it to me.
on a movie. I actually thought this one, to say the truth, was so cookie cutter and so paint by numbers. I was like, you took the main asset of what made this franchise great and you removed it. Now, I don't necessarily blame the studio for that. I'm sure it was Jason Statham saying, I want to just move on from this or whatever. But Jason Statham is the transporter. He's the reason why the transporter exists. He's the reason why we keep coming back to these movies. So you take Jason Statham out of the transporter, and the transporter ceases to exist, I guess, in my opinion, because this guy was fine. He's if you might remember him from Game of Thrones. He has a couple spots. Ed, I believe it's Screen or Screen. He may be fun. Screen. There he is. Oh, by the way, with this picture up right now, I got to touch Ray Stevenson. If anybody doesn't remember him, he was our Punisher for Warzone. The movie wasn't that great, but he's still an awesome Punisher. Ray Stevenson is in this movie. He plays his father, and he was my favorite part of the whole movie. He's so badass. He's so suave. He's so debonair. He has it. He has that look. He has the toughness. He has the presence. Ray Stevenson, thank you for being in this movie because you made it that much better for me. But I did think that this was like, let's just take, how many times can a transporter movie start with a gang full of thugs trying to steal his car? And it's like, it's not even like one of those like slick things like where it's like, oh, there's nobody watching, let's go and try and steal his car. They wait for him to show up and they're like, hey, you're gonna hand over your keys. There's 8 of us and 1 of you.
It's just an opening scene.
But in every one, it's like how many times this guy, and every time he's unassuming, he has his little bag and he's just like, oh, I just went shopping for something and now I have to deal with these 8 bozos and I'm gonna beat the heck out of them. Pop, 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 pop. So you're watching this, you're like, this is the 4th go around and this is happening again? Like how many, does he get jacked every day of his life? Like,
I guess he does.
So, I mean, I don't know. It was fun. I love action, you know this, but to tell you the truth, if you want this kind of action movie, I actually would recommend seeing Agent 47 over this.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it was kind of in the same vein, kind of the same like, B action movie or whatever, but I thought Agent 47 was more intelligent and it was definitely more of a fun ride than this one. So, you give your verdict. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it a go.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a go. I liked the espionage part of it, you know, and the story was pretty cool, and I think the reason I fell in love with it is they didn't show it, but spoiler alert, they referenced the 3 Musketeers, and I think that's what grabbed me about it.
Nice.
Action, yeah, action was a little
you don't
over the
expect that
top
from an action movie. You don't expect any kind of culture.
Action was a little over the top, and like I said, I went in expecting to just leave my brain at the door, and it drew me in a little bit. So I'm gonna give it a go.
So your brain turned on from the 3 Musketeers thing, which is cool. That's cool. So I respect that. But for me, I'm gonna have to give this one a no-go. When it comes to the transporter movies, when it comes to all the movies that are out there right now, it's just, yeah, it's a fun ride, but I mean, I'd rather just, you know, check it out on whatever. Netflix or something like that. That's my opinion. So go and no go, make up your own minds. This is what it's all about. That's what reviews are always for. They're all opinions. They're just like buttholes. Everyone's got one. They all stink, right? So you got to go check that out. Next one we're going to get into is the phenomenon that hit the box office. It held on for the #1 spot. It debuted at #2 with absolutely no marketing, no campaign. You know what? Let's just get into this. We'll talk about this one.
We'll talk about it in a second.
War Room. Let's check it out.
You've been a good enough father. I don't want to be a good enough father.
Let's go, let's go!
Don't quit! Don't quit!
Hey, you know what? I thought your jump roping routine was really good. I just got a notification that you moved money from our savings into your checking account.
Can we talk about this later?
You must be the real estate agent. Well, it's so good to meet you. Let me show you the house.
This is my favorite place in this house. I call it my war room.
You wrote prayers for each area of your life.
Prayer strategy.
I sure could use some of that.
Tony, you should go see your practice tomorrow.
I'm out of town this week.
When were you going to tell me?
I just did.
Tony, that was my favorite rep.
I'm real good. How you doing?
I wish I lived at your house. Whenever my parents are together, they just fight.
Dude, I can't get a pass from you. It'd be easier to baptize a cat. I just needed to blow off a little steam, okay?
There's one thing we do well. It's fight.
You do not want World War III to break out in your home.
No, I don't.
Just because you argue a lot doesn't mean that you fight well. You got to plead with God so that He can do what only He can do. Then you got to get out of the way and let Him do it. You need to do your fighting in prayer.
Keep fighting the good fight.
seen anybody do what you did.
It's time for you to take off the gloves and fight for your marriage. Keep fighting the good. Lord, we need an army of believers. Lord, call us to battle. Raise them up, Lord, raise them up. Keep fighting the good, fighting the good, fighting the good fight, good fight.
Oh man, I got a little chill. I'm about to welt up a little bit right now. Real quick, like I said before, I think this episode is all about kind of how the other half lives. Learning to drive. There's some sequences in there. Like I said, they throw a lot at you and they throw it back all together and they make it work. But it kind of shows you how the other half live. Also, in Transporter, there's kind of a theme in there showing you how the other half lives, which drives the basis of that movie. So now in this movie, with all the things that are going on now in the world, it features a black family and not a poor black family, but a middle class black family.
Actually, it might be a little bit more upper
yeah.
middle class.
I agree. I'm sorry.
A successful guy.
Very successful black family. He's in pharmaceuticals. They live in a great house. Shout out to Charlotte. This was shot in Charlotte. There were scenes in Charlotte. Yeah. But so not your stereotypical black family with thugs and whatever. Affluent black family who is going through their everyday struggles and trials and tribulations and making good decisions and bad decisions and whatever, and kind of showing you that you don't have to be poor to make bad decisions. You can be rich and make bad decisions, and you can be anything and make bad decisions. And that's my little message for the show. But this movie was incredible. Yeah, this movie
shows the side of redemption and how nobody is lost. You know, no matter how bad the decisions you make, there's always a chance to come back from it. There's always a chance to make yourself better if you put the time and the work into it and stuff like that. I had no idea what this movie was about. I had never heard of it before until it was debuted at #2 in the box office, which I was like, whoa, what the heck is this War Room movie? I didn't see a trailer. There was absolutely no marketing. I heard it only cost maybe about $3 million to make this movie, and they are making a splash. And you know why? Because the people are talking with their money. The people are talking. They want this sort of thing. The people love this sort of thing. You know, like regardless of what your beliefs are, this and that. You know what I mean? Like if you do not believe, if you're not a believer or whatever, there are people out there who are. So why not, shine a light on those people once in a while? You know what I mean? This whole movie business, they always they scoff and they roll their eyes to the believers and like putting out a faith-based movie and stuff like that. Look, well, who cares? You know, there's a huge world out there. You're making movies about gangsters and killers and stuff like that. Make a couple movies about the faith and the believers. Like, who cares? Whatever. It's your prerogative. And it was a tear jerker.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah.
I went by myself, thank God.
Yeah, me too.
Thank God.
There was not only not a dry eye in the entire house. I heard sniffling throughout the entire theater, but I also heard clapping, a lot of clapping when I was watching it. And I saw it early in the day. It was like a Monday afternoon or something like that. It was a half-packed theater, and people were cheering, they were hooting and hollering, having a great time. Mine too, yeah. I'm glad I didn't see a trailer. I'm glad I didn't see anything about this movie. Because I walked into it completely blind and I was blown away. I thought there are some parts of it that could seem like an after-school special. There are some parts that could definitely seem preachy, where the atheists and stuff will roll their eyes, be like, "Oh, this, what are you trying to do? Convert me?" Blah blah blah. But in a 2-hour movie around that time or whatever, that's maybe 5 to 10 minutes of like the weird, not weird, but the kind of like outrageous, preachy moments. Other than that, it's a true blue drama, family drama about everything from the power of prayer, the power of perseverance, the power of changing yourself for the better and trying to be. I love this movie. I love the fact that no matter how bad things get, you could put your mind to it and you could struggle every single day to make things work. Because we're living in a world right now where how high is the divorce rate, right?
Exactly, 50%, or if not more. I'm getting a chill just listening to you talk about it with your energy. This movie is about work, it's about life, it's about love, family. It's about family, it's about God and religion, and it's so powerful. This movie is so powerful. Even if you're not a believer, go see the movie because it's a good movie.
Exactly.
About all these different
perseverance, about bettering yourself. You don't have to believe in God to get that.
Exactly, but it's just a good movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a film. As a film itself.
Yeah. I feel like NWA, they had Straight Outta Compton. I feel like that movie was a good movie.
Yeah.
And then you add on based on a true story from NWA, like it's a good movie. Like this movie, I guess you could say it's about loving the Lord or God and But if you strip that away, it's still just a good movie.
Yeah, a very good family drama.
Yeah, it's about marriage. It's about, you know,
fighting for it too.
Fighting for love. Yeah, I mean, it's about a bunch of stuff. And it's just so powerful. Yeah, yeah.
There's one thing I would love for the younger generation to take away from this film is that's one thing that our generation is known for, is for just cutting and running when things get tough. Cutting and running. That's why the divorce rate's so high. That's why people think marriage is a joke. You know, because everyone they think the grass is greener on the other side, always this and that. And you know what I was always told? The grass is greener on the other side because it's always fertilized with BS. That's why it's always green on the other side. So when things get tough, this and that, this movie shows where it's like, put the work in. You know, you fell in love with this person, you started a family with this person, and if things get a little rocky, you know, just find what brought that spark back. You know, do everything you can to make that stuff work. You know what I mean? And it shows that side of it, because there are a lot of times where, you know, if there's a situation where you have to leave, that's fine. But there are certain situations where people are just like, yo, just man up. You know, just man up and make it work. And stuff like that. That's how they did it in the old days, and that's why people like us are born. That'd be really, really good people like us.
I say shout out to the Kendrick family.
Yes, absolutely.
They wrote this, they directed this. I think there's 3 of them. I'm going to research them more. They have other films that are out there.
Yeah, other hits as well.
Yeah.
There was Fireproof, Courageous. This is the 3rd one in their canon. And,
yeah.
And each one was a hit.
I'm definitely going to go check them out, because this was just a great movie. And shout out to the old lady.
Karen
Abercrombie.
The one in the trailer going, Lord, we need an army, Lord. That girl, she was incredible.
Without her, I don't think it would have been what it was.
Like it was film. There she is. Right
there. It was really great, and it's like this movie is kind of like a pay it forward movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I give it a official seal.
Ooh, you're making it official.
Yeah, it's official, man. Go.
You know, I'm gonna here. There you go. Boom. I'm gonna agree with these.
One more time.
Skaplow. Official seal of approval.
Yeah.
You're gonna like this movie if you go see it, but bring tissues, please, because you're gonna wind up crying.
Yeah, for real.
Especially the women out there.
It's great. It's a great movie.
I have a couple friends who saw this. They said they were bawling. So
I can't speak more about it.
You really can. Yeah, just go out and see it for yourself.
So let's
War Room's definitely a go.
Let's end it right there.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely.
Go see War Room.
Thanks for checking us out.
All right.